Hi there, my name is Joshua Brown from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to pass a case manager interview. So if you have a job interview coming up for any case manager role whatsoever, whether it be in healthcare, education, social services, rehabilitation or insurance to name a few, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish because I'm going to help you to succeed. To achieve that goal, this is what I'll cover. I'll give you a list of case manager interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. I will also provide you with example high-scoring answers to those questions to help you to succeed. I'll make sure to give you some essential tips for passing your case manager interview before finally telling you where you can download further resources, including all of the answers to help you to prepare. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to help you to pass your interview, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button because this tells me that you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's get started with the first case manager interview question that I recommend you prepare for, and that is, tell me about yourself and why you think you would excel as a case manager. So a really good tip for this first interview question is that this is your opportunity to talk about the skills and qualities that you have, your passion for working as a case manager, and how you're going to add value to the organization in that role. So here's a great example answer to help you. Tell me about yourself and why you think you could excel as a case manager. Here we go. Thank you for inviting me to be interviewed for this case manager position today. Throughout my career, I've developed a variety of transferable skills and a desire to help others that I believe will enable me to excel as a case manager. I'm a highly positive and effective employee who has excellent analytical and project management skills, which will help me to ensure work is always published to the high standards expected of this organisation. For example, in my previous role working in offender rehabilitation, I was praised by my manager for providing monthly presentations to groups of offenders designed to help them overcome problems and offer relevant advice and solutions to improve their chances of successfully reintegrating with society. This was praised and well received not only by the offenders I presented to, but my manager also commissioned me to continue the presentations on a permanent basis. I understand that as a case manager, I will be responsible for managing multiple cases and projects. I will need to collaborate and communicate with clarity, to maintain the utmost integrity and transparency, and to approach tasks and projects with enthusiasm, compassion, and a commitment to helping the individuals and groups that I serve. Outside of work, I'm driven by my family, who are fully supportive of my career, and I enjoy hobbies such as team-based sports where I get to collaborate with others. If you employ me in this position, I'll be a proactive and compassionate case manager, not afraid to encourage and implement continuous improvement within workflows. I am someone who always seeks to identify where I can improve processes for future success. That's a really strong answer to that opening interview question, tell me about yourself and why you think you could excel as a case manager. Not only do I demonstrate that I have a full understanding of what the role is and the skills and qualities required for that role, I also back it up with examples from my previous work experience. Okay, let's take a look at the next interview question, which is, why should we hire you as a case manager? Now, a really good tip for this, all organisations have a set of values that all staff must adhere to. There are also specific responsibilities needed to be performed at a consistent and high standard by case managers. In your answer, show you have awareness of these important values and responsibilities and give practical examples of what you will do to align with them and adhere to them in your role. So a really good example of this is if you're applying to become a case manager in healthcare, for example, then the National Health Service actually have a set of NHS values that all NHS staff are required to adhere to. So check those out, make sure you learn them and you have a full understanding and that you can demonstrate them within your answer to this question, why should we hire you as a case manager? Here's a great example answer. Why should we hire you as a case manager? Being someone that has great analytical and problem-solving skills, a decision maker, and a total dedication to my work, I believe the role of a case manager is one I would excel in. You should hire me because I fully understand the levels of responsibility that come with this role, and you can rely on me to act as a positive role model for your company. I am someone who learns things quickly, can take on multiple projects and tasks, and I can work effectively both as part of a team or on my own. I'm not afraid to make decisions, tackle conflict, or mediate. I'm at the stage in my life where I'm looking to dedicate my career to one organisation, and I feel strongly that if you employ me as your case manager, I will be able to quickly and consistently contribute to your organisation through hard work and a commitment to your values and ethics. Now that's a really strong answer to that question. Let's take a look at the next one, which is describe a time where you failed. If you say you haven't failed before, then the hiring manager may take the view that you may not have the experience needed. We all make mistakes. Therefore, you need to show you have handled failure positively and that you have learned from it. Case manager roles require the ability to overcome problems. Therefore, a good example is to use a situation where you've overcome a problem. When answering this question, describe a time where you failed. So let's take a look at a really good answer. Describe a time where you failed. In a previous role, I was part of a team that had been given a strict brief by a client. The project needed to be completed on a much tighter deadline than we were normally accustomed to. This meant that we didn't follow our normal procedure, which included our project manager finding ways to save time, and he decided to not have an early project follow-up call with the client, where he would normally discuss the progress of the project. Not having this call turned out to be a fatal mistake, as our project manager had misunderstood the brief which was handed down to us. This would have been spotted if we'd had that call. The client was clearly unhappy and was threatening to abandon the project. I was very embarrassed to be part of a team that in the client's eyes had so far failed. Our project manager asked for volunteers to work overtime to help get the project back on track. I immediately volunteered and suggested to the project manager that we hold bi-weekly meetings with the client to keep them up to date with the project's progress. I'm pleased to say that we implemented this, and through hard work as a team, we delivered the project and the client was ultimately happy. However, I've never forgotten this project, and I've used this as a valuable learning experience that's helped shape me for managing my own projects. I'm the type of person who ensures that briefs and cases are thoroughly checked and a transparent plan is put in place with anyone I work alongside with. I ensure a strong relationship is always formed with those I serve and external stakeholders, and open communication is encouraged within my team. I hold regular meetings to ensure projects are on track, and if there are any issues, I take quick, decisive action to ensure plans are put in place to tackle the problem. That's a really powerful answer to that interview question. Now don't go anywhere, as I still have more interview questions and answers to give you, but when you are ready, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download my 21 case manager interview questions and answers for all industries, and this will give you the edge in your interview. And it includes the questions and answers that we are covering right now. Okay, here's the next question for you. Describe a time when you handled conflict. When answering this interview question, be sure to demonstrate that you can resolve conflict and mediate. Case managers are also expected to be effective communicators, so try to demonstrate this also within your answer. So let's take a look at a great example answer for this. Describe a time when you handled conflict. Here we go. At a previous role, I remember walking into the staff kitchen and overhearing two new members of the team on the graduate scheme making derogatory remarks about another employee. I decided that this needed addressing right away and asked to speak with both the employees and challenge their behaviour. They were quite taken aback at first and became defensive, telling me to stop being nosy and that it was just banter. In a calm manner, I explained to them that their remarks were offensive and that it wasn't appropriate to talk about colleagues or anyone in that manner. I explained that they have a responsibility to adhere to the company's values and that the comments they were making could have an upsetting impact on others. Later that day, one of the graduates who got defensive approached me and apologised for their behaviour, and they said they had spoken to the colleague that they had made the remarks about and had apologised to them. I am proud of the way I handled this situation, as I'm not afraid to challenge conflict, but I always do so in a calm and well thought manner, which, in this situation, helped educate others and put an end to the remarks that they were making. Now you can see that's a great example answer to that question of handling conflict, because I showed not only a time when I was able to handle conflict, but I also showed that I was able to resolve it well. So let's take a look at the next question, which is, give me an example of when you have worked as part of a team. Now, all case managers have to work as part of a team. They have to collaborate with other people. So this is a question that is almost certainly going to come up during your interview. So for this answer, I strongly recommend that you use the STAR method. Now, the STAR method is great for tell me about a time or give me an example type questions, those behavioral type questions or situational based type questions. So the STAR method stands for situation, what was the situation you found yourself in? Task, what was the task that needed to be carried out? Action, what action did you take to achieve the task? And finally, result, what was the end result following your actions? So using that method, let's take a look at a great example answer to help you pass that tough interview question. Give me an example of when you have worked as part of a team. I have lots of experience of working as part of a team. One situation recently comes to mind where my manager came into the office late on a Friday afternoon, and he asked for 5 volunteers to stay behind late after work to carry out an important stock take. Now, the stock take had to be done by 7 p.m, and I knew how important it was to the company, so I volunteered along with 4 other team members. So we started by getting together as a team, and we created a plan of action based on our manager's brief, based on what he wanted us to achieve. We communicated different ideas, and we then allocated tasks based on each other's individual strengths. My task was to collate the stock take figures and then quickly input them into the computer system. I am pleased to say that we achieved the task by 7 p.m, and this was done by supporting each other, by encouraging everyone within the team, and by motivating everyone to get the task done correctly. Now let's take a look at the next case manager interview question, which is, when have you used effective communication skills to get a difficult message across to a group of people? This is a really tough interview question. Now, this behavioural question assesses your ability to demonstrate your communication skills and being able to handle difficult cases or topics. You must demonstrate that you have awareness of different communication approaches. A really good example to use is one that also demonstrates that you see the bigger picture for those that you serve and the organisation's goals. So let's take a look at a great example answer to help you. When have you used effective communication skills to get a difficult message across to a group of people? At a previous role, it was my responsibility to let the team know that there were going to be some challenging times ahead for the department, and that each member of staff would need to take on new roles and responsibilities. I knew before delivering this information that this was going to be difficult, as the news wouldn't be well received with some of the staff members. These changes were very much needed to help the organisation through a challenging period, and I knew I needed to win over the whole team. Before sitting down with the team, I considered my approach carefully. I am a believer in transparency, and that everyone in the team has an equal part to play in the organisation's success. I therefore openly explained the reasons for these changes, the benefits they would have, and how it was important for each member to embrace change positively. I also explained how everyone would have my support and the support of management to adjust to these changes. Although it was a difficult message, I was proud in the way that I delivered the message with clarity, purpose, and confidence. I believe in doing so, not only did staff embrace change, I was also able to gain further respect from my team. So the next thing to do is please make sure that you click the button in the top right hand corner of this video right now, head through to my website howtobecome.com, where you can download these slides and also get access to 21 case manager interview questions and the high scoring answers to each of those questions in a PDF guide. You can literally have access and the slides within your inbox in 2 minutes from now, and it's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button, as that encourages me to make more videos like these. If you have any questions regarding case manager interviews, please feel free to put these in the comment section below, where I will get back to you. And finally, if you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. I wish you all the best with your interview. Have a great day.